Flosstube, it's Janet with Janet Jabber. I'm coming at you with episode 180. If you're a new friend finding my channel for the first time, thank you for stopping by and checking me out. If you're a returning friend, thank you so much for coming back to visit with me this week. You really do not know how much it means to me. I look forward to these visits so much. I hear so many comments how people look forward to Tuesdays to hang with me for a little bit, and I want you to know it's reciprocated back. I love doing this with you guys. I love the interaction. I try to stay caught up on my comments. I think I currently am, but just thank you. Thank you for hanging with me and choosing to spend some time with me. I love doing this. I really do. So we're gonna get into what you're here for, and that's cross stitching. So first of all, I just want to give a tiny little update here in the beginning because I don't know if Opie's gonna come and visit us today, but I have to show you this super cute. So we were one of the states that were affected by storms, and when we have storms, we put Opie in this outfit, and we call it his super suit. Yes, it's a pair of Christmas pajamas, but for whatever reason, it calms him. He stops his shaking and he just does his thing. So I just wanted to share because it's super cute when he's in it. He's traumatized when he first gets in it. He like stands there, like don't move. But then he comes around and he just calms down. So I don't know. I just thought it was fun to share. I hope everyone came through those storms okay. Yeah, I'm not a big person that looks at the forecast a lot, but I feel like this week from my neck of the woods is sunny and like in the 40s. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to share that. Okay, so some other stuff on here that I normally talk about is my Happy Mail form. I have that in the links in the description box below. I have already mailed out the March ones already. So if you would like to receive a Happy Mail on a monthly basis, I just randomly pull names. Put your name on that form and I will, I just randomly draw. So there are other links in my description box below. I am not the best at the description box below. I try to put like Flosstubers I mentioned on here or whatnot, but I don't know, you can check it out. And usually I am very responsive. If you have a question about something, just shoot me a message. I have a question outstanding right now asking me, I changed my decor, but asking exactly what blues I changed symbol for symbol in my Baby It's Cold Outside. I'm gonna have to look into that because I don't have the chart anymore and I don't usually make notes like that. I just don't. I can kind of look at the picture that My Life with Miss Sassy put up and try to figure out the conversion. So I'll see what I can do, but I won't have symbol for symbol because I don't have that information. But let's move on beyond that. A segment that we do on here is my featured friends. And this week is my friend Chrissy, who has done some seasonal finishes. So we're gonna pop a couple pictures in here. The first one that I'm showing you is her snowman. It is from the Just Cross Stitch magazine, December of 2022. It says that it is a Rhonda Norris of Tangles and Threads and Things. So that is a super cute, and I love the finish. The pom-poms are adorable. And the second one that she has here, it's a heart by Jennifer Rodriguez of Always Time to Stitch. Thank you very much, Chrissy, for sharing those. I look forward to sharing these in my videos. I have a couple more in queue to share here, and then I will run out. So if you have anything you would like to share here, please send it to me at janetjabber@gmail.com, and we'll get that added to the queue. Everyone enjoys this. My friend Fran on here really enjoys seeing the other stitching, so thank you for that. I also, this week, have a couple giveaways to give away, and I'm feeling spring is in the air. Everyone's kind of feeling that vibe. So these two pieces or sets are spring kind of pieces that I'm going to give away. First of all, let's talk about the rules. You must be 18 in order to sign up for this, just because legally, so I can get your address. Please, no words that bring trolls. I've been fortunate, only been struck one time, and not by the one that's telling people to send money. So let's keep them at bay. So no words like giveaway, free, prize, win, anything like that. So on my channel, you just have to put a number that it's attached to. Again, please, United States only. And I'm sorry about that. Hopefully at some point that changes, but right now shipping is just, and last but not least is, if for some reason this does not arrive, and I've never had that happen yet, but I can replace this with another item in my giveaway stuff, but it's not a 1-for-1. So, all right, with that, let's show you what I have. Number one, I've already stitched this piece and it hangs in my rotation of seasonal stitching. So I want to share, this was given to me to share along. It is the word Spring by Shepherd's Bush. And this is not just the chart. I know this picture does not do it justice. I love stitching on this, but in this kit includes the buttons that come with it, a piece of 18 count water lily that's cut for this, and 2 of the specialty threads that are required for this chart. So this is like just add in the DMC that you're missing and this is good to go. So this is number 1. And number 2 is also a kit, and it is called the Red Barn. And again, it's a kit. It's got your ADA that comes in these kits and your DMC, well, I'm assuming it's DMC on the card. So this is the Red Barn, and this is number 2. So again, 1 or 2, and that will get you entered into one of those giveaways. All right, so we're gonna jump into my stitching. So I have 2 finishes and I don't know, my normal stitches and about 3 or 4 more. So let's do this. And I have Flosstube itchy nose. All right, so the first one is a finish, and we'll talk about this later in the video, but hopefully this comes as a fully finished next week. But this is Strawberry Fair by the October House. I got this from the Cobweb Corner for Helen D's Stitch Along, and it's done. Love how it turned out. I'm off in that strawberry somewhere by 1 stitch, and I just made it happen. So yeah, you can do that too. You can do that too. Nobody's gonna know it, except for that fact I just pointed it out. My second one, this is a Jeanette Douglas. She did those mini bouquets all of 2022, and I just collected them and I'm stitching them this year. So this is the 3rd month. I left off where it said 2022 because I'm gonna finish this up in a way that I saw here or on Instagram, and we have till the end of the year before I work on that or worry about that. So that is number 2. I love the colors there. Look how that, oh, it's so good. It's so good. That's super fun. And that pattern or that border is like a really good like rhythm. Oops, sorry, that was loud. So my next one that we look forward to every single week, and we're closing in, I don't know, fingers crossed, 1 more week, people, 1 more week. You're gonna love this. My Winter Queen by Mirabilia, stitched on 28 count Morning Mist by Color and Cotton. And this, I have to stretch for my setup's like kind of out of my reach this time. I have been beading, but I am not done with the beading. Beading is a beast on this. So I still have the crown to bead and 1 arm. This is what she looks like in whole. I'm gonna come in so you can see the beading I did this week. This week, I did this beading, and I'm working down this shoulder to bead here. So I still need to connect this bead. This is part of like her dress. I have this and the crown, and in her hair some beading to do. I contacted a friend that is also a mirror stitcher. Oh, she looks so good, look. I contacted a friend that is a mirror stitcher on this particular one. I don't know about my other queens yet because I haven't touched them in a while. There is a set of beads that like go here and they just droop, and then one that like goes from here and it droops clear to the bottom. And it's just like a string of beads. It's not attached to my stitching. It's a string of beads. And I think I'm leaving that out. I feel like it would just make it difficult to frame. And I know some of these have been framed, but I don't know. I kind of felt like it dated it too. You can give me your feedback. I'm not done yet, but I just don't know that it's necessary. I don't know that it makes it feel more elegant. Oh, this is just gorgeous. When you see this in person, it's hard to show this on TV, but you can see how much this cuff of her arm pops. And so I have more of this detailing here, and that's gonna pop. And oh, she is gorgeous, gorgeous. So many of you are so excited and seeing me coming to the end on that. She's just beautiful. And I keep saying, one of my WIPCO goals for this month, I did get done this last week, and it is the Morning Sampler by Wendy Stitchy. This one is going to be it feels like a long love. There's such a big grassy area, and that's what I worked on. So basically this is what you're seeing. What I did this time was there was a small section of the grass done, probably from here to here. And then so I finished off the grass section over here and put that brown dirt section all across the bottom. There's still one more color of the grass, but it is ready to go into the tombstones and the big gate. And but this one takes a while, and it's on the board for one more time. But I have a lot of other, so I got my whip go goals done, but I have a lot of other stitching I want to focus on in the spring. So that's just doing its goal and going away. This next one is one of those that I really have plans for. So it just called to me, and I'm making sure I stitch on it once a week. And that is my Bluebirds of Happiness by JBW Designs. This chart is gorgeous. And here is where I got. So when I saw you last, I still had a little bit to do on the bird, basically this right here. And so I got that done. Oh, I'm covering up some of the word. Ooh, ow, I hit my arm. Readjust. All right, so I finished off the details in that bird. And then I got to stitching the words, and I was like, oh, let me get this too. And then it was like a stopping point for the day. So I stopped, but I feel like I'm gonna stitch on her a little bit every week. I don't know, a couple hours every week just to see where it gets me. It's so dainty and so cute. I love stitching that, so we keep it out. Now this next one, when I visited you last time, I told you that I needed to do a restart because I didn't like the fabric. And the current fabric is crunchy. I mean, like crunchy, but I don't care. It stitches super easy. I'm talking to you about my June Bug by Nora Corbett. Oh, look at those colors. That's probably part of it. Those colors are like spring, and I am just feeling it. So this is on Water Lily, which is what it's called for. So it was a restart. So I feel like when I showed it to you last, I had this black part maybe restarted, but I did more of this, which, oh, that's a mess. So I did that part right there, which on the chart, it's like her puffy arms. So there you go. I'm kind of still feeling her too. She may still be in the queue for like a couple hours a week. I have like goals in my head, so those are the big ones, but like when my goals get done, I pull those out. I do get comments on here sometimes like I stitch so much, or I stitch so many different pieces. I like to put my hands on different pieces, and it just keeps me interested for myself. I did used to be a monogamous stitcher, and I can, like, when I get into like almost the end, that's why the Strawberry Fair got finished, because I got down on that berry and I got it outlined, and then I just couldn't put it down. So I do get that way, but it's just something that all of a sudden is like, whew, all right, let's do this. But other than that, I like to jump around. And this is one of them that I'm doing a thread of day in, and right now it is my Stitch All the Things by Erica Michaels, and I'm doing the pillow version of it, and that's where I've been. So I finished the word stitch, and I started on the scissors, and that's where a thread a day has gotten me for this week. Yeah, I love the colors on that, and it is super fun to pull those out. Now, my next one is Mill Hill Monday. I had a super great idea when I mentioned on here. Thank you very much, Mrs. I forget your name. If I remember, I'm putting it here because I loved your idea. She called it Mystery Monday, to where maybe I put some of my smalls on a wheel and I spin it for that next project. But anyway, spring bouquet, the spring one, Sea Turtle, and I'm happy to report Sea Turtle is done. Oh, and I set something on top of my board. Sea Turtle is done. He's so cute. Oh, I love him. Did you hear tap tap? Gabby's here. Gabby's here. I have to take her on a WALK, so she's wanting me to get this done. But my turtle's done, and I wanted to share that with you. My next one is, I didn't get a square done this week, but my Tiny Modernist Halloween calendar. I am on day 21 and 21. My little witch still needs her face and her broom. So maybe next week she'll have her face and her broom done, and I'll be moving on to my next block. The last one, oh baby girl, go lay down, go place. no place. My next one is my, that was Wicked Wednesday. This is Festive Friday, and I'm stitching on Hands on Design, Cranberry Christmas. Again, the pillow is what I'm stitching. You guys, I don't know if you just heard that, but she just laid down and she went, ooh. So I colored in the trees, basically. So I still have more to go. This is on a 28 count raw casual linen using sulkies. That was like the conversion or the pack that came with this. It didn't come with it, but you had to buy it anyway. I do enjoy working with the sulkies on the bigger count thread. For whatever reason, it does not work well with me on 32 count fabrics, but anywho. All right, so that is what I have for my stitching this week. I was checking my notes and looking around. So that is what I have for my stitching this week. I know, I always have short videos. I would love a suggestion here. So I get so much feedback that I like, my videos are short, and some people love short videos, some people don't, but like, how can I give, I don't see these videos changing, but I just feel like sometimes I'm like, you know, I have time during the week sometimes to where I could do an additional video, but I don't know what kind of content. I haven't mastered the setup for like a stitch with me, because like I could do it like this to where I'm sitting and stitching, but then I feel like you're just gonna be looking at my sparkles up here. And over the shoulder one, I don't know how to do that yet. I mean, I'm willing to learn, but I'm open for suggestions on how to do more content, maybe one other video a week or something. I don't know. It's something I toss around and then I know what's going to happen. I don't want to promise you something I can't come through on, meaning life will get busy. Right now, it's just probably the spring. Like, it feels like spring. I want to be like, oh yeah, I can do everything. But really, it's still cold outside. So I'm not outside doing everything. Like, I don't know. I'm open for suggestions. I love this community, and I do want to continue to give to it. And sometimes I feel like this video isn't just not enough, but, and maybe I just need to pick up my game on my other socials to where I can interact over on Insta. All kinds of things going on in my head. But along with those interactions, my friend Kelly from Don't Run with Scissors put a post out on the socials saying like, hey, anybody up for a finishing weekend? And I was like, I totally am. So this coming weekend, I'm like, sign me up. I'll do finishing weekend. I have a little bit of a schedule thing on the weekend, but other than that, I'm kind of like, you know, it's still in the 40s around here. So someone did respond to her and tell her, hey, this is Whip Go weekend, so I don't know how much participation you'll get, but my best shot of doing finishing is really on the weekend. So I'm down with you, Kelly. I'm going to do some finishing. It's not like I'm going to bust it out of the park and hit home run, you know, a ton of them, but I'd love to pull out a few of them and get them finished. Again, Strawberry Fairy would be amazing if I could get that finished. So we'll see what we can do this coming weekend, and maybe other of you want to jump in on that. So there's that idea, but I do know it is also Whip Go weekend. If you participate in Whip Go, some people use the Whip Go weekend in order to do their Whip Go goals. You guys, there's a cardinal on my bird feeder right now, a bright red cardinal. I have no way to take a picture because I am talking to you on my camera, but it just makes my heart, oh my gosh, it is so beautiful. I'm so sorry, I'm back. That makes me so happy. I have turned into a bird woman. So some things that I have to get done today, besides the WALK, is my bird feeders need refilled. My husband got my koi pond, like the pump going again, because it's all like unfroze, but they hibernate, so they're not ready to come up yet. So I don't know. I just love my wildlife. I have one more stitching thing to talk about and plan. So let's like circle back around and focus, Janet. I did get an order from 123 Stitch, and the reason I ordered from 123 Stitch is because I was having a hard time finding this chart that I'm going to show you, and they had it, or they said they did, and then I waited for it to come, and it's all the things. So the 2023 Collector's Heart from Heart and Hand, I wanted to get this, and it did not come in time for me to do it for Valentine's, but that's okay. It comes with the fabric and the Cottage Garden threads. I've not used this yet, so I look forward to this. So I am going to stitch this like this is. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to jump into this, but possibly, I don't know. Maybe this will be my, I have a retreat at the end of this month. Maybe this will be my retreat start there. That's an idea. We'll see. And the other chart, since, you know, I didn't want it to travel long, I was like, okay, what's been on my wish list? And this is a new release from Hands On Design, and I hadn't pulled the pin yet, so I just went ahead and had it travel with that chart. So Hand On Design's Mad Plaid, and that will be, I don't know, there's no plan to start that right away, but I do want to order that little shelf. I like what Kathy did in her video of how she changed this stuff out. So, and that's how I decorate around here. I do my seasonal decorating and monthly decorating and all the things. So that is that. As far as plans for this week, I kind of mentioned as I went through my video, like I've got my June bug. She's still calling to me for a few hours a week. Bluebirds of Happiness is still calling for me. I am going to get possibly my other Whip Go Gold done this week. And my last winter berry. That's kind of sounding like enough goals, doesn't it? I feel like that sounds like enough goals. So that's my goals. That's what I'm planning to do this week. Non-cross stitching related. And before I get into my personal stuff, just a real quick, I have been asked that if I finish a quilt to please share it on here, and I will. So maybe next week I will have a quilt to show. And yeah, it's Christmas because it's Christmas. I don't know, but I have it completely quilted and I just need to bind it. So fingers crossed I get it binded this week and we move forward with that. I took a picture of all the fabric that I have, which, hey, it's not a cross stitch addiction. I mean, it could be easily, but I have a few sets of like 3 because I do the 3-yard quilts. So I took a picture of all of those so that they were on my camera roll to ask my daughter what she wanted me to do. And she was like, the Valentine, why not? Lizzie, Valentine was like last month. She's like, I don't know. I love that fabric. You need to get that done. So Valentine's quilt's probably the next one. It is very fun fabric. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to get the cart and forward under the horse. I'm going to finish the binding on the Christmas quilt first. So other than that, that's all I got for you and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to tell you to step away because of personal stuff, because if you want to, you already have. But personal stuff, I had a bump in the road this week. I know you guys see me here is usually happy. Many of you, if you've been here for a long time, went through my father's illness and death and the estate handling with me. I had a thing come up to where it was one of those like 1-800 if you've had blah, blah, blah. My uncle reached out to me and it was 100% the where my father had worked. It said, like, if you'd worked at this place before 1982, and my father had worked there from 1968 till 1982. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got my hopes up that I was gonna have an answer for where his brain cancer came from, and it was because the whole thing was about asbestos. So it was a whole day of processing it. When I finally called the number and talked to the attorneys, I lost it. And I had a very rough day of recovering. It emotionally wiped me out. I put a SOS out onto some friends that I needed to call a friend like right now. And I had a dear friend pull through for me. And I am so blessed to have people like that. I usually handle stuff myself. And when Janet needs somebody, yeah. So I realize, I know I'm getting teary-eyed right now, and I'm sorry. But I do realize that that wasn't going to bring my dad back, wasn't 100% going to give an answer. He did not qualify because of the kind of brain cancer he was diagnosed with. They said that is not what was mentioned in the lawsuit, and that was fine. Probably the shocking thing for me, I'm sorry I'm going on about this, was I was my father's personal representative. I was the executor of the estate. I was all power of attorney. I was named all of those things. And that attorney told me, as I had my father's estate closed, and I thought, I did what my dad asked, and I finished his personal business on this earth. That attorney told me, anytime something comes up like this, it's me that has to do it. My sisters can't make the call. I mean, they can make the call, but they'll be deferred to me. So that was like but I'm better. I know I teared up on you guys, but I really am better. It's just, I'm dad, it's girl. So beyond that, I do want to share I'm going to end this on happiness, okay? this was, and yes, you just heard Gabby come over again. This was, I got to see Ozzy this weekend. I normally get to see Ozzy every weekend, but this weekend was tax weekend for both the kids and for us. And I survived, as you can tell, because I'm here. But so we timed it to where the kids went to our tax lady, and then we went the very next appointment. So the kids like flew in here like a wrecking ball, dropped Ozzy off because they had to beeline it to the tax lady, and then we chilled for about 30 minutes or so and headed that way. In that time, I have these 2 pictures to share. So I was able to feed Ozzy her bottle, cuddle with her a little bit, and get her to sleep for the car ride to meet up. So it was a cute little visit, super fast and short, and but just what this grandma needed. All right, so as you can keep hearing, my precious little Gabby keeps coming over here. I wish I could show you her, but she stays down on the floor instead of jumping on me like Opie does. But I am going to ask for you guys to have a great week so that I can get out of here and take care of this dog with her WALK. And so she just hit you guys too. All right, so please have a great week, get some stitching in, enjoy life, and I'm gonna get out of here. So keep stitching, enjoy life, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.